makeup ready?
I don't know if you know, it's not even go to makeup yet.
Lots of finger violence in the show.
Oh, I wear it during the torture as well, which is just so sick.
That's right.
We're just finishing some final touches.
You're getting bored of it now already, right? I normally actually just do effects makeup, but I started out doing normal makeup for years and years. And since this show kind of has a combination of both, it was a lot easier for production to have somebody who does regular makeup and the effects makeup. You know, they don't have to bring extra people in to put on a bloody stump of a finger or something like that. Since a lot happens to the actors throughout, and we shot a few of the sequences closer to the end of the movie where they've gone through hell and back, the producers kind of wanted to see what they would look like. So I just took a nice picture of our actor Nick, and with some Photoshop, I added in some of the wounds and the bruises and he gets blood splatter on him, and he gets kind of roughed up, and his nose gets a little, because he's tied up, so he can't wipe his nose, so it's kind of messy. When the producers saw that and were able to approve it, then on the day we could do the makeup really fast. Especially this show has got a really quick, we're filming it very quickly. To do that, you have to be prepared. And so when we got to the day, this is how he actually, the actor with the makeup on, kind of threw his full brutalized kind of look.
Why are you doing this? I'm sort of the voice of reason, and being the voice of reason, I also get the most damage done. Without question, the biggest ass beating I've ever taken professionally has been here.
We actually airbrush a few little boot prints on Nick's face. It's very subtle. It just gives the look of like a dusty boot print. Oh, sorry, a rusty boot print. When we shot Kyle as well, he said, I want a boot print too. Rusty's had his boot on my face too, so we gave him a little bit of a boot print on one side too, so.
I don't care. Are you gonna scream at that?
Nick's character Bobby is being held by Rusty in this truck, and to prove that he's got him, Rusty chops off his finger with some bolt cutters and sends it to his girlfriend. And it's just a little silicone appliance. I mean, it's quickly glued on, but then we blend it into his skin and we just tape down his finger. We blended it a little more. I just stuck it on there, and then lots of blood, and then it looks like he's had his fingers removed, and it kind of lost circulation there for a while, his poor little finger. But he still had it at the end of the day. Yeah, lots of fingers in this show. We got a couple of corpse fingers as well. The character Kayla gives Rusty the finger, and so he wants that finger.
She gave it to me. I figure it's mine to keep.
What?
They go to a mortuary and chop off a finger. All the pieces, they were made by WCT Productions, and they of course did an amazingly disgusting job.
No, this is not this one.
I know it's made. Yeah. It's made out of silicone. They took a mold of the actor who's playing the bartender. They took a mold of his face and then sculpted it as, with the bone and the teeth and the tongue and everything like that.
I like to collect jaws. I don't know where that started, but it's fun.
In the first movie, Rusty rips that guy's jaw right off. Is this our mouth blood?
No, this one.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you can see this right here, but that's a chainsaw blade, and that comes in pretty handy for removing things, jaws in particular.
It doesn't have blood on it yet. On the day when we actually shoot this will be probably even gorier looking.
Did you see the way his jaw dropped?
So much cooler over the
The
internet.
character of Nick, played by Kyle, is kind of like this little goofy know-it-all, making, he's a real smart ass, and then, you find out that it's all fake.
Not much of a tough guy now, huh? All tattooed and pierced.
Fake.
and he's kind of just putting this persona on, and then he's kind of figuratively stripped naked and put into woman's clothing and humiliated, and he's you gotta feel sorry for the poor guy, kind of.
Sorry.
One of his tattoos that we kind of created has a skull with a knife through it, and it's this really harsh looking scary thing that he's trying to be cool with it, and then he ends up with a piece of rebar going through his skull.
The prosthetic for that was a head-to-shoulder cast that they had measured and done a full prosthetic for. And that was a little spooky, a little claustrophobic when you're trying to breathe, and my mouth had to be open, so I got like saliva and Listerine dripping down my throat, and I can't really breathe, but it was cool.
He had a chin piece with the piece of rebar coming out of it, and when we would actually film him, we would put in a piece of it looks like rebar, but it's molded to the roof of his mouth and stuff, and he'd put that in his mouth, so it went there, and you'd see it inside his mouth, and then on top of his head he had a little plate.
They'd made a very light piece of it, and pasted it to the top of my head, so it looked very real. It wasn't. I'm still alive.